So let's face it, you need a proper break. We all do. Did you know that more than 39% of workers are finding it hard to break away from work due to technology with this culture of always being on? It's not just the sentiment of being disconnected, but 89% of workers are feeling like the work-life balance is worsening. So what these statistics show us is that we're definitely not allowing ourselves to just take a break and relax. We have this idea that taking a break from work is either a form of being lazy or unproductive, but this is actually not the case. In this video, I'll talk about exactly why you need to take breaks in between your work and how you can go about pausing like a pro. Before I jump into it, make sure to like this video as it helps the channel out, and subscribe so I can continue to help boost your brain behavior with nuggets of gold on productivity and psychology. So unlike what we've all come to believe, taking breaks is actually quite beneficial to you. We think we should all be going hard endlessly without rest, and this idea of taking a break is seen as almost unproductive. But breaks can actually do more wonders for you than you think. For one, it can reduce stress. Taking a break actually helps manage and reduce stress. Not only does it prevent you from being chronically on, this in turn reduces the chances of being burnout and will help you stay on top of your work longer. It is also a mood enhancer. Taking the right kind of break, especially one that moves the body and surrounds yourself with nature, can leave an uptick in mood, allowing you to come back to your work more replenished. It also helps to improve physical health. It goes without saying that we're all a generation of sitters. We sit at our desk, we sit in our sofas, and compared to any other previous generation, we spend a lot of time in sedentary positions. Breaks for this reason force us to break away from those idle positions and encourage movement, reducing risks of obesity, heart disease, and just in general stagnancy. And of course, it restores motivation. Sitting in one place, trying to grind through the task can inevitably lower your motivation as time goes on. This is why breaks help to restore the dwindling motivation. With the right type of break, you can get a boost of energy that helps motivate you to completion. And then you can also get a bump in creativity. Along with a boost of energy, you can get a boost in creativity. A good break allows your brain to relax and as such gives you some space to wander. This can help with creativity as you can tap into thoughts that would have otherwise been blocked by all the noise. And of course, you can also increase productivity. With all the things that happen from a good break, physically, emotionally, psychologically, it comes to no surprise that after a good break, we are able to be much more productive as we come back much more recharged, refreshed, and renewed. So while there are plenty of productivity hacks that can be spoken about, one of them that pertains to taking a good break for deep work is something that's called the 52-17 rule. These specific numbers came from a 2014 study by time tracking app Desktime, which analyzed the 10% most productive people. The results show that highly productive people worked for roughly 52 minutes at a time and then took 17-minute breaks. The study was then replicated once more in 2021 ever since the pandemic hit and has now changed into the 112-26 rule, where people are spending roughly 2 hours in focus mode and 26 minutes on a break. This doubling of working hours may largely be influenced from the pandemic and rise of working culture. But regardless if it's 17 minutes or 26 minutes, the fact remains for both. All productive people take breaks longer than 15 minutes to allow for higher levels of productivity. Whichever way you choose to go about it, taking a break is important. Remember, it's not just about taking breaks that makes you productive, it's how you take a break that matters. Learning to pause on our work the right way is something we should all learn, which is why these 5 principles can help you take a break right. 1. Something is better than nothing. Even if it's just a few minutes, and not 17 or 26 minutes, taking micro breaks is better than taking no break at all. If we stick to task too long, we lose sight of the main goal. And when we lose sight of that key goal, our motivation drops. So make sure to take a break of any kind, even if it's brief, just to step away from it and just get a fresh pair of eyes. Number 2, don't be stationary. When you're taking a break from work, try not to just sit elsewhere and do nothing. If you're spending all that time sitting at your desk, move over to another location just to sit again. What's it really doing for you? There are plenty of studies that have come out that sitting is actually quite bad for us. It leaves us susceptible to get tired and lose motivation. So when you take breaks, try to move around, whether it's walking, dancing, or exercising briefly. Even if it's in the form of micro breaks, just walking for 5 minutes every half hour has shown to reduce feelings of fatigue. Number 3, try to socialize. When taking a break from work, especially if you go to the office, taking a social break can be better at restoring your mental state than just taking a break alone. Maybe it's because we're innately social creatures, but there is a special power than magic that comes from socializing with people in a way that doesn't pertain to work. Social breaks have shown to reduce turnover in companies and can help to increase your mood. Number 4, be one with green. When taking a break, try to be one with nature. Spending more time in green spaces and adding nature into your surroundings has shown to help tremendously when it comes to your mental health and mood. Being around nature helps and makes you feel more replenished. The whole idea of biophilia theory emphasizes the importance of nature on reducing stress, improving moods, and calming anxiety. Number 5, don't distract yourself. When taking a break, don't do it half-assed. If you're going to take a break, do it properly. So many of us use our breaks as a way to do some other task, letting our anxious desire to complete things take over. This might not even be work-related, but we tend to grab our phones and scroll through social media in that limited time. But as we've talked about in plenty of other videos, scrolling through social media can affect your brain in many negative ways, from deterring the regulation of emotions and depleting your attention. Sure, taking a break isn't easy, especially when you're swamped with tasks that you need to complete. Whether you're at an office or working from home, try to detach yourself from what you're doing and take an extended period of time just walking around or meditating. Even if you feel guilty, dim that voice in your head and take a break anyway. Studies have shown that some of the most productive people, whether athletes or typical workers, don't actually spend all 8 hours just on their desk working. In fact, a lot of these people are taking breaks regularly. Work should not be one long marathon you dread to finish. Instead, look at your work as chunks of sprints that you take, several extended minutes at a time. By doing so, you can use those times in which you work, completely focus with 100% dedication to that one thing, instead of just jumping from one task to another over the course of one long, dreadful period. But if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate a like, as it helps the channel out. And if you want to know why switching through tasks and multitasking as a whole is quite bad, check out the next video. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so I can continue to feed you nuggets of gold on brain and behavior.